This is a big day, we think, not just for Bakkt and for the Intercontinental Exchange, but for the whole space, because for the first time ever, you have an end-to-end regulated marketplace for the price discovery of Bitcoin.
Mainstream adoption potentially in the future.
That's right.
First physically delivered Bitcoin futures contract ever traded on a federally regulated exchange. Wow, that was a mouthful. Joining me is Adam White, the Chief Operating Officer of Bakkt. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Just explain in English what this means.
What this means, this is a big day, we think, not just for Bakkt and for the Intercontinental Exchange, but for the whole space, because for the first time ever, you have an end-to-end regulated marketplace for the price discovery of Bitcoin. So this new emerging asset class, you can now store in a federally regulated custodian, trade on an exchange, and clear in a clearinghouse.
Okay, so retail participation, institutional, so we're talking bigger money, more sophisticated, arguably money coming on board. Is that what we're looking at here?
Bakkt is really here designed for the institutional trader.
Right.
So this is a futures contract. That said, we expect this futures contract to trade through retail brokerages as well, so retail customers can trade this contract.
So when we're talking about a futures contract, you're offering a daily contract, you're also offering a monthly contract, which means, to your point about price discovery, we could get a sense of where people think the price is going over the next 12 months.
That's exactly right. So our monthly contract goes 12 months out. So what we expect to see happen is that traders will begin to look at the forward price curve to say where do they think the price of Bitcoin is going to go. And that's really important, not just for the speculators, the actual businesses that rely on using Bitcoin. So the miners are the companies that mine Bitcoin, and in doing so want to hedge and manage their risk. We think this contract's a natural fit for them.
And it would be the first place where we actually see a sort of clearing price for Bitcoin as well, because we've got so many exchanges right now that trade cryptocurrency. It's tough to get a sense of and I use this word very carefully in this space, a centralized price discovery mechanism.
That's right. Yeah, we hope the Bakkt daily and monthly futures contracts lead price discovery, because we're gonna bring with it the on-ramp for institutional capital that's been waiting on the sidelines to have that end-to-end regulated marketplace. This is that opportunity to come in, and we expect that price discovery process to happen through our contracts.
You know, we see all sorts of reports on this, that the price has been inflated, that the volumes are inflated. I mean, I think Bitwise did a study recently. It said 95% of the trades on exchanges are fraudulent, they inflate. I mean, you can use as many different adjectives to describe this. How important is what you are presenting today to perhaps tackle some of the perceptions, the concerns out there about fraud and about not understanding what the volumes are?
We think it's massively important, and this is why Bakkt and ICE have been working on this product for over 2 years. So from the ground up, we had to build a crypto custodian to safely store and safeguard our customers' Bitcoin. By doing that, you can then allow a physically delivered contract, which has no reliance on any of the outside unregulated spot markets. That price discovery happens fully within our ecosystem, so we think it's really important.
Talk about the custody arrangement, because I think this is also important. One of the big pushbacks I get in this space from people perhaps who don't know all that much is it's not safe, exchanges can be hacked. Talk about this situation.
Yeah, Bakkt is here to start changing that opinion. So earlier this summer, we got regulated by the New York Department of Financial Services as a trust. And that's really important because that makes Bakkt a qualified custodian of Bitcoin. So institutions that want to trade and have asset exposure to Bitcoin oftentimes are required to not only trade on regulated markets, but to store their assets in a qualified custodian. That's what we're offering.
Talk to me about halvening. Because we've talked about this on the show, and there are optimists who believe that this will have a positive impact on the price. If you're talking about being able to show what people believe the price of Bitcoin will be 12 months out, then if there is going to be a price increase as a result of the halvening, your futures contract should show that.
Possibly, yeah. So the halvening is an event in the Bitcoin network. About every 4 years, the amount of Bitcoin that's created every 10 minutes drops in half. With that, you see, a diminishing supply. If the demand stays the same, oftentimes we'll see the price increase. We think this is an important part of the futures contract to help businesses kind of discover what the fair market value of Bitcoin is going to be through events like that.
Why Bitcoin? And will you introduce everyone else? I mean, I know Bitcoin has by far the largest market share at this moment, but there are plenty of other cryptocurrencies out there. We have some XRP enthusiasts out there that I know watch the show. What about these ones?
We're starting with Bitcoin because we talk to our customers and that's what they want to trade.
Right.
We also see real utility happening on the Bitcoin network, commerce. So there are many thousands of businesses that accept Bitcoin as a form of payment. So starting with our marketplace, that's not our end goal. That's the place to allow the fair, efficient price discovery process to happen. From there, Bakkt's doing a lot of work to help provide real utility and value to Bitcoin, and we expect that to happen on the payment side.
There's lots of competition coming, potentially. Seed CX, True Digital, Eris X. I could name a whole load of them. Afraid?
No, competition's a good thing. One, it makes us a better company, and two, this is not necessarily going to be a winner-take-all market.
Okay.
We are in the very early days. We don't look at it as zero-sum. We hope to be additive to the space.
Mainstream adoption potentially in the future.
That's right.
For these cryptocurrencies. Great to have you on.
Thank you.
We'll track your progress. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes.